Hello students, this is chemistry class for class 10th. We are on chapter 1, chemical reactions and equations. Topic is types of chemical reactions. This is a part 1 of the video. Today we are going to study about the types of chemical reactions. The first type of chemical reaction is combination reaction. Actually there are 4 types of chemical reactions. One is combination, decomposition, displacement and double displacement reactions. So today we are going to study about 2 types of reactions. First is combination and second is decomposition. Combination reactions are those reactions in which one or more reactants combine with each other and form a single product. This is the way how we can identify a combination reaction. Always we'll have reactants, maybe 2 or more than 2, but the product will be 1. So on RHS we have single product and LHS is the reactants, they may be 2 or more. So 2 or more reactants, they combine, and these 2 or more reactants, maybe they are elements or maybe they are compounds, or maybe one element is there and one compound is there. Let us see for the first type, that is when 2 elements combine, then what is the reaction? For example, magnesium burns in presence of oxygen to form magnesium oxide. So this is a single product, it means this is a combination reaction. Magnesium combines with oxygen and forms magnesium oxide. So magnesium is an element, oxygen is an element, and this is a compound. I hope all of you know the difference between elements and compounds. Elements join together to form the compounds. In the same way, if carbon is burnt in presence of oxygen, then carbon dioxide is formed. So here also we have carbon as an element, oxygen is an element, and carbon dioxide is a product. Right? So we can say that this reaction is burning of coal. This reaction is burning of coal, that is when coal burns or carbon burns in presence of oxygen and it forms carbon dioxide gas, which is a compound. In the same way, we have some more reactions like hydrogen combines with chlorine in the presence of sunlight, it forms HCl. Okay, this is naturally these are 2 gases and this is also having a gaseous state, so 2 HCl. So this is hydrogen is an element, chlorine is an element, and this is a compound. So 2 elements join together to form one compound. In the same way we have one more. There are many reactions like hydrogen combines with oxygen and forms 2H2O. So this is also one. Another is, now the second type is when 2 compounds join together and form another compound. Okay, 2 compounds join together. It means like calcium oxide combines with water and it forms calcium hydroxide. Okay, now calcium oxide, the common name of calcium oxide is quicklime. It combines with water and forms calcium hydroxide, which has an aqueous state, and this calcium hydroxide, its common name is slaked lime. Now here, this is slaked lime. So 2 compounds means calcium oxide is a compound, water is a compound, and they form a product which is calcium hydroxide. Okay. Now we have one more, like ammonia combines with HCl, NH3 plus HCl forms NH4Cl, ammonium chloride. Here also there are 2 compounds combining together and forming a single product. So this is also an example of combination reaction. One more is there. Now the third category is when a compound is combining with an element. So for example, we have carbon monoxide. When carbon monoxide combines with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide gas. So carbon monoxide is a compound, oxygen is an element, and carbon dioxide is again a compound. Another example is when sulfur dioxide gas, okay, it combines with oxygen and forms sulfur trioxide gas. So here sulfur dioxide is a compound, this oxygen is an element, and this is a compound. So there are three types of combination reactions, means elements, maybe two elements combine, maybe two compounds may combine, or maybe one compound and one element combine and form a single product. So how to identify these combination reactions is that you just check on the right hand side. If you have a single product on the right hand side, it means it is a combination reaction. Okay, now let's see one activity here. We have an activity where what we do is we take here calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is, as we have studied right now, this is quicklime, and if I add some water to it, right, this is an exothermic reaction. The reaction is calcium oxide plus water, okay, forms calcium hydroxide, and this slaked lime is the one which we paint on our walls. Solution of calcium oxide is painted on the walls and during whitewashing. So what is whitewash? Whitewash is actually a solution of calcium oxide, and solution is used for whitewashing, and afterwards what happens is when this is whitewashed on the walls, afterwards after 2-3 days they shine. Why? Because this calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide present in the air, okay, and forms calcium carbonate, okay, and releases H2O. So this calcium carbonate is the white precipitate which is formed, or white solid which is formed. We can say white solid that is formed. So this brings the shine on our walls. Okay, so this is also known as limestone. Calcium carbonate is the chemical name and limestone is the common name. Even we can call it as marble. It has one more name. Even chalk is calcium carbonate. So this is how the reaction takes place for whitewashing. Now let us understand, there are some reactions which are exothermic and endothermic. These are not the main types of reactions, but there may be some reactions in which heat is evolved. Now in exothermic reactions, heat is evolved, okay, and in endothermic reactions, heat is absorbed. This is a basic difference between them. Now this reaction which we did just now, this calcium oxide, when we added water to it, this is an exothermic reaction. Heat is evolved during this reaction, so we call it as exothermic reaction. Let us see some more examples of exothermic reactions. For example, burning of natural gas. Burning of natural gas means natural gas is actually methane. So burning of natural gas is an exothermic reaction. CH4 is methane. It burns in presence of oxygen and it releases carbon dioxide gas plus water is formed. So water is also in a vapor state. So this is burning of natural gas is exothermic reaction where the heat is evolved. In the same way, we have one more example like respiration. Respiration process is also an exothermic reaction where glucose C6H12O6 glucose combines with oxygen present in the cells of our body, okay, and what is released is carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Now this is the energy which we get from our food, okay. So this is a reaction of respiration where energy is evolved. That's why we call it as exothermic reaction. One more example is there, that decomposition of vegetable matter, that is also known as exothermic reaction. Now let us see endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions are those in which heat is absorbed. We will study about decomposition reactions right now, and most of the decomposition reactions are endothermic in nature. That is, they absorb the energy. And for example, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is an endothermic process. Photosynthesis, naturally the reaction is reverse of your respiration. Photosynthesis, 6 CO2 combines with 6 water molecules and it forms C6H12O6, that is your glucose, plus oxygen gas is evolved. So this photosynthesis is an endothermic reaction where energy is absorbed in the form of sunlight. Okay. Then we have many examples of endothermic reactions we will study in decomposition reactions. Let us see the decomposition reactions now. Decomposition reactions are those reactions in which a single reactant breaks into, for example, my reactant is XY, so it breaks into X and Y. So these are the products. So always if you have one reactant on the left hand side, it means it is a decomposition reaction. A complex compound is breaking into simpler products, right? Now this decomposition reaction